Back in the UK, we are inside the sold-out LG Arena in beautiful Birmingham, England, where tonight Chris the Crippler Leben will take on the Filipino wrecking machine, Mark Munoz. This is UFC 138.
Dana White's pre-fight video blogs are sure to remember Vaughn Lee as he pulled off 4 submissions in 2 minutes during tryouts for season 14 of The Ultimate Fighter. But the proud Birmingham fighter has been wowing UK fans for years, winning 10 of his 11 pro bouts by tap out or knockout. In his UFC debut, the hometown hero will be put to the test by talented striker Chris Carriazo, who has gotten a head start on Lee in the octagon, defeating Will Campazano and going 3 close rounds with Michael McDonald.
Our tale of the tape. Carriazo is 30. Lee is 29. 5'3", 5'5". Lee a bit taller and will have an 1.5-inch reach advantage. Here's Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Dan Murgliata.
Dan Murgliata, our referee. The beautiful Ariani, Shondella. Birmingham, England, LG Arena, UFC 138. And here we go. And the crowd is very excited about the return of the octagon to Birmingham and very excited to see Vaughn Lee from right here in Birmingham perform. He's in the gray trunks.
Southpaw to southpaw, Mike.
Yep.
That's interesting.
White trunks for Carriazo.
Carriazo, the first to connect with a short right hand.
Trying to push forward. He caught
Vaughn
one.
Lee.
Now he's looking for the neck. We saw him submit a ton of people on Dana White's blog.
That is a tight standing guillotine, but he doesn't have the right hand.
Going to punish the leg in the process.
Knees.
I like that.
Look at the technique.
That's one we haven't seen often, Joe. You have that neck locked up and you go ahead and knee at the same time.
The way he did it, too, the smoothness of his technique.
Carriazo trained a lot in San Francisco, in Tucson, and at TriStar Gym in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, with Faraz Sahabi and, of course, welterweight champion George St. Pierre.
As you said about Chris Carriazo, you know, he's had 2 really difficult fights already inside the octagon, and I think that's going to aid him as Vaughn Lee has got him down now in half guard, excuse me. Carriazo moves to full guard here.
Looking to work over his opponent. Vaughn Lee.
Carriazo does not want to be down here with Vaughn Lee on top of him, that's for sure.
Trying to improve his position and do damage in the process. Looking for that short elbow. Again, the neck.
Carriazo so far has avoided anything real significant, but Vaughn Lee exceptionally dangerous on the ground.
And that's where Carriazo was trying to put Lee a second ago.
Nicely done.
Good pace early, but that's what we always seem to see in these bantamweight battles.
Oh yeah, it's the best division as far as excitement and pace. They just don't get tired. They're not pushing around as much weight.
Nice knee. Oh, nice short elbow. Up against the cage was Carriazo, but he's back down.
Vaughn obviously very determined to fight this battle on the ground.
And highly motivated to win his UFC debut in his hometown. Came close to being a member of the cast of season 14 of The Ultimate Fighter. Under 2 minutes on the clock in the first round.
Carriazo is doing a good job of protecting himself. Oh, good knee by Vaughn Lee. Again, goes to that guillotine. He's got his hands clasped together this time, though, Mike.
Can he lock it in this time?
He does not have the left. Yes. Carriazo doing a real good job of defending. And as we said, you know, Carriazo's been through 2 wars already.
Right.
That's going to help him for sure. Especially that last fight with Michael McDonald.
No space given in this fight, and that's the one thing when Von Lee strikes, he likes to strike from distance. But Carriazo's really closed the gap.
Well, Carriazo landed a nice knee and a nice left hand there, Mike.
This is what Von Lee would like to do in the stand-up game. He'd like to try to set things up.
Well, Von Lee's stand-up looks really nice, too. You know, it's not just his ground game. You saw those kicks that he threw earlier in the first round.
Again, he's looking for the takedown.
All of his kicks look very smooth.
Yep, and the knee he had a second ago, Joe.
And he got him down again.
45 seconds on the clock, first round.
And again, he is hunting for that guillotine, but Carriazo's doing a good job of defending and back up to his feet. But Von Lee's all over him. Carriazo's just responding to Von Lee. Von Lee's clearly pushing the pace here. And he's got, looks like he's got double underhooks here. Nope.
He'd never been to England, as I mentioned before, so he's very happy that he gets to go there and he faces a southpaw who's about the same size. And that's what we've seen. Final seconds of round 1.
Good knees to the body by Carriazo from the clinch.
Round 1 in the books.
Let's take a look at one of Von Lee's kicks that landed. Look at it right there, shin to the face. And went for that guillotine, but good job of defending by Carriazo. And here's a takedown by Von Lee. Nice trip. Very exciting first round.
You can move it up, keep your hands up. Yeah. Okay, how do you feel? Yeah, sharp. You feel sharp?
Let your hands go this time. Move your head, fast and sharp, side to side, in and out. Make him think. Don't let him settle. Chin up on the ground, yeah. Okay, just go, please. Fast down.
You want to fix that anklet? Good.
Set for the start of round number
ready?
2.
Ready? Let's go, fight, guys.
The Brit, the American. Southpaw against southpaw. Von Lee, Chris Carriazo. Inside leg kick.
And responded.
Carriazo with a nice combination. And he
Nice
lands.
left hand.
There's the
look at
spin.
that.
Von Lee likes that little bit of distance. He used it and quickly gets the takedown. Joe, this place is jam-packed for our first fight of the night.
Yeah, it really is. This is like the main event time.
I love it.
That's one of the cool things about coming to countries like England, you know, where they don't get that many UFCs. People get so enthusiastic about it. They really appreciate it.
And they talk cool over here, too.
Yes, they do. Carriazo up to his feet again. Carriazo obviously is well prepared.
Yes.
He's very aware of the guillotine attempts, recognizes them, and defends them very quickly before Von Lee can lock it up.
And as I mentioned, Joe, he went to a couple of different places in preparation for this fight.
Oh,
One of
good
them was-
elbow.
Yeah.
Good elbow by Carriazo. He might have hurt Von Lee
One
there.
of them was TriStar, and you know they always look and break down what the opponent might try to do and look to defend, and now he's starting to turn it on.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a real good point. TriStar is notoriously good at game plans for us and you know, all of his fine team that he has up there in Montreal.
It was great to be on Dana White's blog, but it also told the entire world that Von Lee's really good with submissions.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
Swing and a miss. Round 2, fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. LG Arena, Birmingham, England.
Now Carriazo has Lee against the cage.
Lee 2 inches taller. So he's the little bit bigger fighter. Oh, nice. And elbows. I like the elbow up the middle.
Oh, good left hand by Carriazo. And Carriazo looking for the takedown. Can he get it? He does.
He really
Very
worked hard
nice.
for it, too.
If Cariaso can get some significant damage off in this round on the ground, if he can keep Von Lee here.
Calling for him to get on the chest and really push down and pressure. And there you go.
Yeah, Cariaso is looking to pass. If Cariaso can get some damage done in this round, he could possibly steal it.
I was thinking the same thing. It felt like round one was a little bit dictated pace-wise by Lee. This one dictated by Cariaso.
Well, it certainly seemed like Von Lee was the more aggressive and did what he wanted to do in that round, even though it was a very good round. And the inside mount, there it is. Very nicely done.
And lots of time to work.
Yeah, this is the most significant position achieved so far in the fight. And Cariaso is crossing his legs under him when he mounts, so it's like a mounted guard whenever Von Lee is bucking. And that's a very solid mount when you do that. And Von Lee is hip escaping, and very nicely done by Von Lee. And what an educated crowd this is. Immediately cheered, but Cariaso got it right back to a dominant position, right back to side control.
So
good job.
Yep.
Some good leg work there by Cariaso as he avoided the half guard attempt and moved it right back into full guard. Von Lee only able to achieve full guard for a couple of seconds.
Cariaso fought 2 times in the WEC. Former World Cup cycling champion, was a BMX cycler for a long time, and then moved into his true love of mixed martial arts, trainer of mixed martial arts since age 5.
Again, the mounts by Cariaso. This is very interesting. I don't think Von Lee expected this. When we saw, Chris Cariaso's previous fights, it was much more of a stand-up sort of a fight, but he obviously has some real good ground skills. McDonald and him battled on the ground, but I'm seeing improvements in Cariaso's ground game in this fight.
Trying to work hard from the bottom.
He's got to be careful that triangle.
No kidding, right? Those legs were right around the neck. He tried. 15 seconds now. A round 2 dictated by the American. Round 2 complete.
Oh, Chris.
And check out this short elbow here by Cariaso. Very nicely done, right to the temple of Von Lee. And here Cariaso working for that takedown and gets it. And there's a nice left hand by Cariaso. Definitely a much better round for Chris Cariaso.
Keep yourself away. You're doing good in the feet. You're doing good in the feet. Everything come.
You got the damage all the time.
Move around. Oh, wait. This is your round now. Okay. This is the third round. The last round is your round. You know? There you go. Take your time. That's your round.
See when he punch an elbow, see how he defend.
No clinch with him. Every time you clinch with him, he's got ears because he's...
All on this land, yeah? Hey guys, let's go, please. Come on, everything you got.
Set for the 3rd and final round. Lee.
All right, last round, guys. Let's go, guys. Fight.
And Cariaso. Watch for the kick, head kick from both men. They both like to go the head kick. Look, he looked for it there. Inside leg kick followed up with a straight left. Nice
left
lead.
Hook. Yeah, right hook. Very nicely done.
See if Lee tries to keep distance, and just as I say that, they clinch. And you hear the corner saying, move away.
That was a big confidence-building round for Cariaso, and Von Lee's trying to take him down again. But what Cariaso showed is that when the fight goes to the ground and he's on the bottom, he was able to defend very well, and he was able to achieve a dominant position, not once, but several times against Von Lee.
They break him up.
Hands up, hands up, hands up. Let's go fight.
Under 4 remains in this fight.
Carriazo went for the takedown there, defended by Von Lee.
Nice knee. And you saw Lee adjust his body to get out of the way. Grueling pace to this fight. And again, a nice knee from Carriazo. Carriazo's all about tough, and we've seen that already twice in the octagon against Campuzano and McDonald. Winner of 5 of his last 7 fights. Lee wants the single. Working hard for it.
Von Lee working very hard for the takedown here, Mike. Carriazo struggling to defend, and he does.
And
very nice.
This is a critical time in this fight.
Yeah, this really is anybody's fight.
Absolutely.
Whoever wins this round most likely will win the fight. And this is, you know, just as we talked about, it could be an advantage for Carriazo. Those 2 tough fights that he's already had in the UFC. And he gets the takedown.
And fighting at home, coming out really, really strong. Very excited. You wonder about the adrenaline dump.
Yes.
Yeah. Not that Lee is slow, but Carriazo's been able to kind of start to take the momentum and dictate the fight.
Yeah, he might be a bit fatigued because of that. That's a tremendous amount of pressure.
No question. Waited his entire fighting life for this.
Yeah, and the fact that it's in Birmingham, everyone he knows is here. Oh, Carriazo achieves side control again.
And certainly has performed well, Joe, but Carriazo's gotten the better position. Mount again right here.
Huge. This is huge.
Trying to get the hooks in. Not good for Von Lee.
Yeah, he's got both hooks in. He's got the back. He wants to make sure that Von Lee doesn't spin into him, though. And look at that. Expertly defended. And listen how the crowd cheered that. This is a very educated crowd. Yes. They recognized that Von was about to wind up on the top. And Carriazo defended nicely.
Show the pressure. Let's take it
power.
Let's finish here.
Looking for the finishes, Chris Carriazo.
Carriazo showing some really improved ground skills. And again, look, Von Lee is trying hard to bridge and spin. Carriazo recognizes that, and he's moving into an arm triangle choke here. He can't quite get his head in position, but threatened with it enough that Von Lee gave up and trying to get on top.
Great cardio for Chris Carriazo. Huge elbows. And another. That's the third. And big shots with the left.
Von Lee is hurt, Mike.
Yep. He's hurt, he's worn down, and he needs to get out of this position.
Carriazo, yeah, there he goes. He didn't have that right hook in. He was flirting with danger there for a moment, but he's got the control again now. And a nice over-under control as well.
And more than anything else, control the key to this third round for Chris Carriazo.
Yeah, and Carriazo is working on a one-arm choke, Mike. 15 seconds. Excellent round for Carriazo. This should get him the decision.
Absolutely. They're going to work to the final bell.
Oh, he's working for the choke.
Final seconds of this fight. It goes the distance. Chris Carriazo and Von Lee. Weathered the storm early and then really turned it on, Joe.
Yeah, well, Von Lee came out real strong in the beginning of this fight, but Chris Carriazo from the second round on took control on the ground, ironically. Known for his stand-up, but really showing some improvements in his ground game. And here's how the final moments of the fight played out, with Carriazo on his back, pounding on him, and working for the choke for the very final seconds. Excellent performance by Chris Carriazo.
Kamikaze in his first visit to the UK, hoping to leave with his second UFC win. Judges rendering their decision.
Man, take him center.
All set? All right, gentlemen. Right here.
Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score this contest 29-28, Lee, 29-28, Carriazo, and 29-28 for the winner by split decision, Chris Kamikaze Carriazo.
Split decision victory for Chris Carriazo against the hometown kid.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Chris Carriazo. Chris, you know, you've had 3 tough fights in the UFC, and you could really see the improvement, man, especially in your ground game tonight. Really, the best ground fighting we've seen so far from you.
Yeah, you know, I've been working really hard, trying to step my game up, you know. Been away for a month up in Canada training, and, you know, my team back home just helping elevate me to the next level, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Well, you can really see you reach that next level. Vaughn Lee, known for his ground game, but really you were the one who was dominating on the ground.
Yeah, you know, I felt like, you know, he was kind of strong in the clinch, but once I got on top of him, he couldn't move.
Really awesome job tonight. Congratulations. Look forward to seeing you again. Chris Carriazo, ladies and gentlemen.
A very successful visit to England and another win for Chris Carriazo.
Another Brit is about to enter the UFC's octagon for the very first time, as 29-year-old Shane Mills includes 2 knockout wins over Marius Saromskis and battles with respected domestic foes Paul Taylor and Jim Wallhead. Tonight, after 4 consecutive wins, he will get his shot in the UFC against the Ultimate Fighter Season 13 competitor Chris Cope, who exploded off the show and into the world's consciousness with an impressive victory over Chuck O'Neal.
Our tale of the tape for this welterweight fight. Cope 28, Mills is 29. Che Mills will have a 4-inch reach advantage. Here is Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Mark Goddard.
Mark Goddard, our referee. The lovely Shondella. Set to go. Chris Cope.
Okay, here we go. You ready?
And Che Mills.
Let's do this.
Black trunks for Cope, white trunks for Mills.
Very solid leg kick by Mills right away.
Mills pushing forward, big swing, combination. Oh, huge knee!
Huge knee!
He got rocked.
Mark Goddard almost stopped it.
He nearly did. He made one here.
That's it.
It's all over. Che Mills with the win in his UFC debut.
We just have seen a new dangerous welterweight from the UK. Wow.
Just like that.
What an exciting new entry into the 170-pound division. Che Mills got some skills. You can see right away, Mike, the movement, the timing, the distance, but the brilliance of that knee, the way he timed it and positioned it perfectly. Let's take a look at it again. So composed. Look at you see his movement just getting perfectly out of the way. Watch how he places. Solid jab, solid right hand, and boom! Look at that knee. And Goddard almost stopped it. He gave Che Mills a chance, and look at that again. And this time he puts him away. Brilliant performance by Che Mills. What an exciting new entry.
And
into
the
the
knee,
welterweight
Joe,
division.
and the knee, and look how he pulled down with the clinch and delivered the knee.
It was absolutely picture-perfect technique, Mike.
Che Mills victorious in his UFC debut. As we mentioned coming in, mostly known for his striking, and man, did he put on a show against Chris Cope. Here's Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard's called a stop to this contest at 40 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO, beautiful Che
Congratulations, Che Mills. He will visit with Joe Rogan as he wins here tonight in Birmingham.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Che Mills. Che, I've been hearing about you for a while. People have been telling me you got to look out for this guy when the UFC comes to Birmingham. And boy, you did not disappoint tonight. Tremendous performance. How are you feeling, man?
You know what, Joe? I've been wanting to talk to you for a long time as well. So, you know, that's how I feel. I feel good. I feel great. I'm not far from home. I don't know what to say. I'm just over.
Well, listen, let's take a look at your handiwork, because this was a brilliant performance tonight. You really were picture perfect. Let's look at this incredible technique here. You caught him with the jab, but look at this knee here.
Yes, that's what I do. That's what I do.
That's what you do, that's what you did. Listen, you just made a huge entry to the UFC tonight. Congratulations, and I can't wait to see you make some noise in the welterweight division. Che Mills, ladies and gentlemen.
Che Mills wins in his UFC debut, and it took only 40 seconds. Known for his ability to finish fights suddenly, Southeast London's Jason Young faces off against a highly motivated
in 8 of his last 9 fights. But after conquering the competition at home, Omagawa wants to break out on the international scene, a quest that continues tonight against Southeast London's Jason Young, nicknamed Shotgun for his stopping power in the octagon. The 25-year-old Young made a good impression on UFC fans in his octagon debut, battling it out in a fast-paced 3-rounder against Dustin Poirier. Now, he's looking for his first UFC win, and the person in his way is Michihiro Omagawa.
Our tale of the tape for this featherweight fight. Omagawa, 10 years the elder of the Brit. He is 3 inches shorter. Jason Young will have a 5-inch reach advantage. Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Leon Roberts.
Leon Roberts, our referee. LG Arena, Birmingham, England. Omagawa.
You ready to fight? You ready to fight?
And Young.
Come on.
Really swinging early is Jason Young. Omagawa in the black trunks, red and white for Young.
And as we said, Michihiro Omagawa looking to take the fight to the ground or get close to Young so he can use his boxing. And Young is showing some real good counter-striking skills. He uses a wide base, gets out of the way quickly, good angles.
Young said, I feel like I'm the younger, more athletic fighter in this matchup. And he thinks that those attributes will help lead him to victory. Omagawa, very experienced mixed martial artist.
Well, as we said, Omagawa prefers to strike with the hands, whereas Young has a real good kicking arsenal. So Young is going to have more distance to work with.
And you saw the reach advantage as well.
Yeah, he's got a couple advantages there, and he also has real good footwork as far as cutting angles. You watch as Omagawa presses forward, Young will move slightly to one or the other side.
Quickly, he works the inside of both legs. Omagawa switches stances.
You know, he got out of there quickly, slipped when he did it, but you see his intentions. Omagawa's got an excellent chin, Mike. That's another good thing he's got going for him. He can take it.
Needs a big win tonight. Right back up. Southpaw again. Omagawa switched it up, and he does so again right here. Lead left as he switched his stance. He's switching his stance almost every time he comes in.
And Omagawa has decided to try to take him down here.
His upper body control is what Omagawa's great at. Black belt in judo.
And it's interesting that we very rarely see him fight on the ground. He prefers to use his judo Chuck Liddell style to sort of keep fights standing.
Right.
But he is more than capable, as you see, right there with a nice trip of taking fights to the ground. And this is probably a good place to be with Jason Young. He doesn't really want to, you know, the way the fight is going, he doesn't want to keep that momentum going in Jason Young's favor. And here is a nice opportunity to break it up, put it under his control, and hopefully get something going here on the ground.
Competed in all different organizations in Japan, including Time and Pride.
And Jason is trying to get his legs under him here, but Omagawa struggling to keep Young on the ground. Jason's got to be careful here he doesn't give up his back. Nicely done, right up to his feet. And look out for that knee, because it's coming. There it is. And he goes high with it.
Trying to keep him in
nice
space.
elbow.
Nice. He was trying to push space for the knee, and then when it was tight, he used the elbow.
And Omagawa working very hard for that clinch here. Now another issue here is that this is going to force Jason Young to fight Omagawa's fight, and it's going to tire him out. This is an exhausting sort of a way to defend, especially against a talented judo fighter like Omagawa. And that's what we're talking about, Mike, the distance. I believe that Jason Young has some significant swelling over his right eye, Mike.
Yep, you can see it.
It's bleeding now as well.
That was the result of that tight fighting in the clinch a moment ago. Oh, nice knee. Not only did he land that kick, but he did it as Omagawa was moving right into it. 40 seconds on the clock here in the first round.
Yeah, that eye is swelling badly as we're watching it, Mike.
Fingers out of the cage, Jason.
Right under the eyebrow on the right side.
Here comes the knee. Nice combination by Young. And he shoots. Look at this.
10 seconds.
He's got to be careful. Oh, he's falling into a guillotine.
Final seconds of the round. Round one concludes. Round two right ahead.
Sit down.
Listen.
So apparently it was a headbutt that caused this swelling, Mike. And let's take a look at it here. They clashed right there. Yup, you can see it. Absolutely, that's what caused it. Good job picking that up. And here's the head kick that rocked Omagawa. But as we said, Omagawa, you know what? That did not hit him. That hit his forearm. It looked like the foot landed a little bit, but the most of the impact was on his forearm. Wow, that's some serious swelling.
Good. Do a little more. Come forward. Put pressure on him.
It's going to be hard for Young to see out of that eye, Mike. So anything coming from that side, it's going to be difficult for him to judge distance. And punches are going to be able to sneak in on that left side a bit easier.
Let's see if Michihiro Omagawa looks to attack that side.
Yeah, anything coming from Omagawa's left. Left hooks, yep, left hand landed.
Yep.
It's going to be hard for him to see as well.
Nice clinch in the knee to the body.
So for Young, it's imperative to do low. Nice takedown by Omagawa.
Close guard.
For Young, it's going to be imperative to protect that eye to keep it from swelling any further. And he definitely doesn't want to fight like this. He wants to get distance now.
8 wins total for Jason Young, 12 in the career of Michihiro Omagawa. 10 years older than the Brit. Top position here in round 2. Quick shot landed. And he's working his opponent up towards the cage.
Omagawa is grabbing a hold of Jason Young's right hand. He's trying to stuff it behind his back where he will grab it with his right hand. We call the handcuff position. And if he does that, he'll be able to tee off on that right eye. He's going to switch right now to a Kimura, I believe, pinning down the right wrist, and he's sliding his right arm in an overhook position underneath the arm and trying to clasp it on to his wrist. What they call a double wrist lock in catch wrestling. We rarely see Omigawa go for submissions, Mike. You know, it's kind of interesting. He's got that judo background, but really prefers to stand up and box with guys.
Just 2 submission victories in his MMA career.
It's unusual because, you know, Niwaza is a very big part of the judo tradition. Look at that beautiful rollover, nicely done by Jason Young.
They're
Up
back to their feet.
Yeah, that's what he's got to do, push him off. He does not want to clinch with the better clincher. This is Jason Young's fight. Nice leg kick.
Midway point of this fight, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds.
Brilliantly timed uppercut there by Young as well.
And again, he's coming from different angles. Head kick. But still a lot of control early here in the second for Omigawa.
Nice elbow.
Nicely done.
Trip.
And side control.
But again, Omigawa, he locks a hold of that leg, gets a hold of him, and really just sits on him. He very rarely tries any submissions. He was in a perfect position earlier to attempt that Kimura and never pulled the trigger on it. You know, if you had given that to someone like Krzysztof Szynski, he would have ripped the guy's arm off in that position. He would have been in a perfect spot for it.
We've seen him do it before.
Yeah, you know, it's weird where fighters have the opening and just decide not to go for it. But the good thing about it for Young is he can kind of relax here because he's not worried. He's not worried about Omigawa trying to submit him. I can't remember a single submission attempt Omigawa has made in any of his fights. He's got a neck crank position here if he chooses to try it. He's in a position right here to put pressure on the neck. It looks like he's full mount here, and it looks like he's going to try to attack that right shoulder. Let's see if he does. Nope.
Half guard again. Well, with 23 total fights in his MMA career and 2 victories by submission, Joe, it really validates your point.
Yeah, it's interesting because of his grappling base. It seems strange that he doesn't attempt more submissions.
But that said, this round he has had a ton of octagon control.
Yeah, look, here he goes into full side control here. So his control is excellent, but he just chooses not to try to finish. Full mount. Brilliant mount. And Young did a real good job of hip escaping to half guard.
Final seconds of the round. A round controlled by Michihiro Omigawa.
And here we see Michihiro with a very nice trip, gets the fight to the ground. And this is an excellent reversal here by Jason Young, using his feet on the fence. And there's a nice trip by Omigawa. And once Omigawa got it to the ground, he showed great control, but really didn't do much damage.
You're doing good, good. You want some water on your head? Good. You're winning. Don't lose this fight. You can do it. Put some pressure on him. Win this fight.
You ready to fight? You ready to fight? Bring it on, come on.
Third and final round.
Now what Jason Young has to worry about is even though Omigawa didn't do much to him, he got him down and he got dominant position. You know, Young landed some great strikes standing up, but a lot of judges look at that dominant position and control on the ground as being more.
And he's really coming out swinging, knowing exactly what you said, Joe.
Yeah, I bet his corner informed him of that.
Yep.
Nice knee attempt.
Said you got to start to take control of this fight again.
And of course, also, it's not a good thing, but the judges could be thinking about Omagawa in his last fight, and that, oh, he got kind of screwed, and they could take that into consideration. Hopefully we don't. Hopefully they don't, but it is possible.
10-point must-scoring system based on effective striking, grappling, aggression, and octagon control, and that's what Omagawa had for pretty much the entire second round.
Well, once he got the fight to the ground, he definitely controlled, but really did nothing offensively from there.
And Young's trying to be offensive here early, flying knee.
There's a nice kick by Omagawa.
Young would really like to stay on the feet and try to pick him apart.
Yeah, but this is Omagawa's world, man.
Absolutely.
Once he gets close to them like that, look how easily Omagawa can manipulate his body.
And you talked about that as he walked into the octagon. It's that judo strength. It's that core that you develop after years and years and years of training at the highest level in judo.
And they develop that sensitivity to balance and manipulation. Like when a guy, they just sense when a guy's just got a little too much weight on one leg or the other, and whoop.
Yep.
And Omagawa is so good at misdirecting, you know, like throwing to the left but then tripping to the right. Oh, he dropped down for a heel hook. Jason Young could be in trouble here, Mike. No, he's mostly out of it. Mostly out of it. Omagawa can use it to sweep, though, if he chooses to stand up here. Oh, he let it go completely.
And they're back on their feet with under 3 on the clock.
That was the first submission attempt we've seen so far in the fight from Omagawa. And quite honestly, it looked a bit tentative as he was doing it.
Hands are down from Omagawa.
You know, and again, as an example, a guy like Husamar Palhares gets you in that position, he dives on that leg.
Absolutely.
You know?
Nice counter right by Jason Young.
Omagawa drops him down for a guillotine again. And this is the same position that Omagawa attempted very briefly earlier in the first round. And Young is he's okay here with his left arm defending, and he's out.
But he's on his back again.
Yes.
With under 2 on the clock.
So Omagawa he's stuffing that right hand through the underhook, Mike, and he does that. He could be looking for a Darce choke. And now that Young's left hand is out, Omagawa has over-under control here, and he's got the back. Let's see if he chooses to try to put hooks in. And Jason Young's trying to get back up to his feet. And look at that, very nicely done how he pulled that leg out from under him. And then he turns him the other way. See how he does that, Mike? He pulls the leg out from under him, and then he turns him towards his right and pins him flat again. And Jason Young take a big, deep breath there. See, you know what? This, despite all of Young's excellent stand-up,
yes,
this could easily be the deciding factor in how people score this fight.
Well, we knew coming in, on paper, he was the better grappler, and he's validated that point throughout this fight, especially in the second round and now here in the third round.
Yeah, I think this is the most grappling we've seen so far from Omagawa. And now he's attempting that Kimura that we saw earlier. He's looking for it. Oh, nicely done how he moved to the left, and then as Young defended, he hopped back over to the right. He has that right arm in a good position with the right overhook wrapping Jason Young's right arm, and he will push down with his left wrist. Push down with his left hand on the right wrist of Jason Young if he wants to go for it. And he's softening him up with elbows.
Final seconds of the fight now, 15
Young
on the clock.
back up to his feet.
10 seconds remain.
May very well be too little too late for Jason Young.
A lot of control for Omagawa.
Well, what we saw from Jason Young is obviously he's got some real good stand-up. He needs to work a bit on his ground game, though.
Fight goes the distance. Judges will render their decision. Young came out flying in the first, but Omagawa showed his years of grappling and how dominant he can be from that position in the second and third rounds.
And there's a nice left hook by Young, but Omagawa gets his back. And here Omagawa tosses Jason to the ground, gets on top, and there's a guillotine attempt that he used to roll Young down and hold him into position.
Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 29-28, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Michihiro Omagawa.
Dominant in rounds 2 and 3, and Omagawa earns the victory here tonight in the UK. Michihiro Omagawa, his first UFC win, and he will visit with Joe Rogan.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Michihiro Omagawa. First of all, congratulations on your first UFC victory. A very tough fight. Give us your thoughts on the fight.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. 初めての UFC での勝利で、はい、最後の本当に判定を聞くまではどちらか分かんない自分にも分かんない状況だったので勝ててとても嬉しいです。
Since starting in the UFC, it's been quite tough, and especially in the last fight where the judgment went against me. So it's really good to be able to get my first win here.
Was that a consideration coming into this fight? I know he was disappointed with his last, with the decision in his last fight. Was that something he thought of during this fight?
前回の判定はちょっと大変だったからこの試合の中でそういうことを考えましたか？はい、常に上を取ってトップをキープして、はい、絶対勝ちにこだわるという、はい、でもちょっと硬くなりすぎちゃったので次の試合ではもっとアグレッシブに攻めて、はい、KO 1本を取りたいなと思います。Of course, it was naturally playing on his mind and has been since the last fight, but he tried not to let that get to him too much and tried to keep loose so he could approach this fight, but it did make him want to win even more.
Well, he had a great strategy in utilizing his judo and his excellent grappling, and congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you again.
柔道の戦略は本当に素晴らしかったで、今日はすごく大変な試合でおめでとうございます。あとこれがネオ柔道です。This is new judo.
New judo. Congratulations. Michihiro Omagawa, ladies and gentlemen.
Michihiro Omagawa wins tonight, defeating Jason Young here in Birmingham. The Bear is back, and he is set to battle in his homeland as Rob Broughton fights here in the UK against fellow Brit, UFC newcomer Phil DeFries.
2 of England's top heavyweight prospects collide tonight when Philip DeVries clashes with ultra-tough Rob Broughton. Despite his imposing 6'4" frame, DeVries has thrilled fight fans not with knockouts, but with a technical submission game that has led him to an unbeaten record. But then there's Broughton, a 2-fight UFC veteran who owns an octagon win over Vinicius Quiros, part of a string of success for the Bear, in which he's won 5 of his last 6 bouts.
Our tale of the tape for this heavyweight matchup. 28-year-old Broughton against 25-year-old DeVries, who is 3 inches taller and will have a 5-inch reach advantage. Here's Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Dan Murgliata.
Dan Murgliata, our referee for this heavyweight fight. The lovely Shondella. UFC back in Birmingham, England for the first time since 2008. Philip DeVries.
Ready? Let's go fight,
and Rob Broughton. And here we go.
One thing we learned about Broughton from that Travis Brown fight is that Rob Broughton is tough as nails. Very, very difficult to put away. Travis hit him with some solid shots, and Rob Broughton kept coming. Very durable, very mentally tough, and a solid grappler himself. Won his UFC debut by submission against a big Brazilian. And Philip DeVries waited no time whatsoever in closing the distance and getting a hold of Rob.
Come on, guys, gotta do something.
and he wants to get this fight to the ground as quick as possible. And if Rob Broughton can just hold him here and keep him from advancing, it's very likely that Dan Miragliotta might separate them.
And Dan's already said that, Joe. He said, let's keep it going. Let's keep the action going right here.
Well, DeFries has got to do something to drag this fight to the ground, even if it means pulling guard.
And that's where Travis Brown had success against Rob Broughton, was on the ground.
I can't just hold him to a
There you go. So Miragliotta didn't wait long.
Well, Broughton is a real tank. It's real hard to hurt him standing.
DeFries threw the 1-2 and just slipped and returned it. Broughton with the right hand.
And DeFries ducked under that punch and tried to take Broughton down, but that's a big man right there.
Go back inside, go back inside.
Really working hard for the takedown, Joe.
Yeah, he's having no success though, Mike. If this keeps happening, DeFries may be forced to stand up and fight Broughton's fight. You can't take him to the ground, and he keeps getting separated. And again, you know, he's not advancing at all when he grabs a hold of him. Oh, there he goes. There he goes.
Worked all the way down to the ankle and completes the takedown.
Boy, it was shockingly easy once he got a hold of the ankle.
And right to side control. Finished all of his wins by submission, 5 by rear naked choke, 7-0 with 1 no contest.
And Broughton pushing up against the cage, getting his hips up high. He's going to try to come out the back door and go over the top of Philip DeFries' back, and DeFries recognized it, scooted him away from the cage.
Did a nice job of recognizing it. Took that option away, at least for now.
Just lay on him.
He's got that forearm trying to kind of bother the breathing of Rob Broughton.
Rob Broughton's got the underhook on the left side, Mike, and he will utilize that to try to stand up. He's got a deep half guard, too, as well. But that underhook on the left side is what's most important.
DeFries trying to get that right leg out.
And Broughton is onto his knees at least. But now DeFries knows that if he can ankle pick, the ankle pick was a really an easy way to get Broughton down. Trying to take him down from the clinch with a single was really hard. He couldn't make any advance at all.
Moves to take the back.
And Broughton smartly turns to half guard. Broughton is no slouch on the ground himself. Went with the lockdown on the left leg of Philip DeFries. See how he extends that leg with his half guard? That makes it real hard for DeFries to get his leg out.
Broughton trains at the Wolf's Lair Academy in Liverpool. Michael Bisping, Czech Congo. Congo coming off a nice victory.
Now Broughton in full guard here. And he was trying to use that right side to stand up. DeFries with some really anemic ground and pound.
Now, I was thinking the ground and pound is just being utilized here, Joe, to try to improve his position and try to get a submission.
He's got to hold the neck here of Rob Broughton. He also has a real good Darce choke, does DeFries. And when you see Rob Broughton's left arm, whenever you see a guy and he's got an underhook and the other guy tries to slide his arm under the underhook, he's trying for a Darce choke. And Rob Broughton rolled over, but he's in the guard. Oh, look at this. He has both hooks in.
10 seconds on the clock here in the first round.
And this is DeFries' best position. 5 of his victories have come from here.
Going to run out of time here in the first.
You're not doing anything wrong. No. Sit down.
Nope.
You're not doing anything wrong at all. Just get a bit busier. I told you. When he comes down, make sure you get your weight down on top of him. Okay? Yeah?
On your feet. In with 1, out, back in with the 2, and you've got to go single. He knows the double's coming, so go single, right?
Single as well. Set up your shots first.
Good head position. good head position, and I want 1-2 single, just like we've drilled, right? Everything on the ground's perfect, right? Just
wait, push down on his head.
Rob, that uppercut's there as well.
Heavy.
Rob, that uppercut's there.
Keep him moving. Make him keep brawling. Make him keep brawling, okay?
For that uppercut.
So the corner of Philip DeFries saying use the 1-2 to get to your takedown. Use the hands then to set up the opportunity to put him back on his back. And he
immediately, got that clinch again.
Yep.
And let's see if he recognizes that that ankle pick is the weakness of Broughton. Now he's got the double leg. Gets him down.
Side control.
He's again going for the back. And note how he goes immediately to the over-under control. Rob Broughton is almost out here. Oh, very, very good job of adjusting his position. And then he falls into side control.
Problem, though, is Broughton is spending most of the time defending. And it's DeFries who's scoring points controlling this fight.
Yeah, DeFries is doing a real good job of controlling the back. And then he gets one hook in, and he pulls down, tries to get that second hook in. Broughton's defending it, though. Nope, he's got it now.
DeFries said that Broughton's been the #1 UK heavyweight for years, always been a fighter that he watched and admired. And he doesn't give up, and that's the one thing we've seen from Broughton in both of his appearances in the octagon.
Now, Broughton definitely has some serious mental toughness.
But the man...
Broughton with the Kimura attempts. But he doesn't have control of the body, Mike. He's got to be real careful of that.
And he gave it away quickly. He knew he didn't have it.
Well, he also recognized that DeFries is an outstanding grappler. And when you don't have control of the body and you attempt a Kimura, you give up a far side armbar. It's an easy counter. What happens is, as you attack with the Kimura, that arm actually becomes a deep hook for the countering fighter. And he's going for it again. Now he's got it, though, Mike. Now it's good.
Now he's trying to crank on it.
And he's on top. Oh, he lost it. But he utilizes it as a sweep.
Which is somewhat what we were speaking of.
Yeah.
And now for the first time we see Broughton in top position. And he will look for a bunch of ground and pound. He'll try to posture up. Half guard right now.
Now DeFries attacks the arm. And Broughton, you are allowed to grab your own shorts to defend. You can't grab someone's shorts. You can't grab your opponent's shorts, but you can grab your own to defend, and it makes a big difference.
Big shots.
And DeFries trying to yank that arm out.
Broughton trying to soften him up. Trying to get him to let go of that arm.
And Broughton now switching it over and is attacking DeFries' arm. This is like a battle of the Kimuras. So Broughton got his arm out, and now he's in an excellent position to attack DeFries. He needs to step over, Mike, with his left leg. And DeFries recognizes that and sat up. But now he's in a mounted crucifix position. DeFries is in trouble.
Broughton continuing with the ground and pound.
Oh, DeFries is in all sorts of trouble here. He can't defend. He's getting pounded.
Dan Mergliata right on top of the action.
And good job by Rob Broughton of controlling this position. And now he attacks again with the straight armbar.
And he's wearing him down in the process.
He is. He's dominating him here.
He's leaning on him. putting all that weight on Philip DeFries.
And that's a heavyweight at the limits, folks. That's a 265-pound man on top of your chest. Constricting your breathing, dropping elbows on your face. And again, attacking that arm one more time. DeFries is doing a good job of getting out of it, but every time he does, Broughton winds up in a mounted side control, a mounted crucifix again.
Well, the Bear is doing a lot more in top position than DeFries was able to do earlier.
Unquestionably. And it's interesting that he did it from a counter. He countered DeFries' attempt at a Kimura to get his own and then got to here. Big round for Rob Broughton.
He got it where he wanted.
Good job, good job.
That was a big round 2 for Rob Broughton. And here you see Rob Broughton had that armbar attempt here, Kimura attempt, and used it to sweep Philip DeFries, got on top, and here DeFries is attacking with the Kimura. Broughton hits him with some serious elbows, and then as soon as Broughton's arm is free, he attacks DeFries with the exact same technique and winds up in a mounted crucifix position where he did some real solid damage to Philip DeFries.
Single to achieve, watch your position and on top, right? You're letting your base go a little bit, right?
And then they're going to have 1 to 5 and 2, I think. 5 pop.
You give up, you will give up. Work now, just keep working.
Two rounds complete. Very close fight. 5 minutes remain.
Well, the momentum is most certainly right now on Rob Broughton's side. That was a big round for him. And he did it with grappling, which is what Philip DeFries is the expert at.
Big swing by the Bear. Rob Broughton, 15 wins in his MMA career.
Nice knee to the
Cage-rage
body.
heavyweight champion.
Broughton's doing a good job of spreading his weight. Nicely done. That sort of historically has been the weakness of British fighters, is the grappling.
Right.
You know, there's no wrestling over here. They don't have wrestling in high school or in college. So it's, you know, huge advantage for fighters from other parts of the world where they do have an extensive wrestling program.
But as we've seen, especially in the UFC, as these UK fighters, these British fighters become complete mixed martial artists, they're going out and finding ways to become better wrestlers.
Right, and you know, a good point is that one of the very best fighters in the world when it comes to grappling is George St. Pierre, who never wrestled in high school. Now Philip DeFries is on top, and Rob Broughton in side control here. DeFries has a good opportunity to get something cooking here.
Yes! And again!
Broughton bucks up, and he used that right underhook. And that right underhook is what's going to help him stand up. And DeFries recognizes it. He rolled over, and Rob Broughton gave up his back.
Trying to get the hooks in.
And DeFries did a good job of extending his legs and keeping Broughton from standing up. Side control, nicely done by DeFries. Good adjustment.
And this looks a lot like round 1 in the early part of round 2.
Let's go knee right, Phil. Top position, Phil. Top position. Well, Phil.
Lived in the gym in San Diego with his good friend Ross Pearson. And you want to talk about working on your grappling, you're with Lloyd Irvin. That's a great place to get better.
Yeah, that Alliance team in San Diego, he actually has an Alliance tattoo on his left arm. And again, spins, one hook in. And Broughton lets that second hook get in as well.
And we're past the midway point of this third and final round. Broughton replacing his teammate Ollie Thompson after fighting Travis Brown in Denver. UFC debut for Philip DeFries.
Full mount for DeFries.
Great position here. 2 minutes. Let's see if he can posture up and do some damage.
Both guys breathing heavy here. And DeFries is probably going to use this to catches wind and look for an opportunity.
Oh, nice shot.
Good shot.
Looking for an elbow. Working the ground and pound with under 90 now.
And Broughton's trying to shake him off this mount, but he just can't. DeFries switches it to side control. Good control on the top by DeFries.
Broughton's got to do something to change this positional game.
DeFries moved it to north-south, but he's got to be careful here because Broughton has his feet on the cage. Broughton's got to explode here, Mike. He's got to really buck off and then use the space that he creates to get back up to his feet. DeFries is looking for a Kimura on the left arm of Broughton. Lost it.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Big boot is one. Elbow, Ben, elbow. 30 seconds, Phil, 30 seconds.
Philip DeFries has never gone the distance before. He's 30 seconds away here.
Last 20 seconds, last 20 seconds. Cross triple strike.
20 seconds on the clock.
Come on.
Separate, get up, let's go. Come on, let's go.
The battle of two big British heavyweights. Broughton's going to swing for the fences, and he's going to have to do it quickly. Final seconds of the fight. There's the swing, and this fight is over. Octagon control pretty much throughout the entire 15 minutes for the UFC newcomer.
Well, except for that second round. Broughton definitely controlled that second round. But DeFries made a good adjustment in the third. And was doing a real good job of taking him down. But let's take a look at the second round here, Mike. In the second round, this was this Kimura attempt by Broughton that he utilized to sweep DeFries. Really did a great job. And then achieved the mounted crucifix. And once he got that mounted crucifix, did a real good job of ground and pounding here. But in the third round, DeFries made a real good adjustment, got that ankle, always at the ankle. That really seems to be Broughton's weakness when DeFries gets low on the legs. And there he got him with a double. And here again, he'll grab the ankle, the knee this time. Good takedowns by DeFries, good control on the ground, but quite honestly never came close to finishing. Closest finish attempts were by Broughton.
Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score this contest on all cards, 29-28, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Phil DeFries.
Phil DeFries, a winner tonight in his UFC debut. The entire MMA world learned just how tough Justin Edwards was on season 13 of The Ultimate Fighter. Tonight,
with 12 of those wins coming by submission or knockout. Yet it wasn't until late last year that McGuire really started to make his presence felt on the world scene. And tonight, he makes his debut against the Ultimate Fighter veteran, Justin Edwards, who rebounded from his first pro loss against Clay Harvison to defeat George Lopez. Now he's amped up for his UK debut.
our tale of the tape for this welterweight fight. The American Justin Edwards is 28, as is the Brit John McGuire. Pretty much everything is virtually identical. Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Leon Roberts.
Leon Roberts, our referee for this matchup at 170 pounds.
Okay, first round, you ready to fight? You ready to fight? Bring it on, come on.
Here we go.
Keep him up, Justin, please, keep him up.
Southpaw John McGuire in the Rich Franklin type shorts, pink and brown.
Time.
And both those kicks landed high, the inside leg kick.
Okay, look at me. Look at me. Okay, over here. We got 5 minutes. Okay. I'm working on your time, okay? 5 minutes. You tell me when you're ready. I want you to stay in that corner for me, though. Okay?
2 clear low shots in a row, and this one is the one that, yeah, you see the look on his face. Oh.
It's okay. If they keep going there, I'm going to be looking at point deductions, okay? Thank you. You say when you're ready, John.
And the real problem for Maguire is even when you recover from that, you're still weakened.
Timekeeper, you ready? Let's fight.
And the referee, Leon Roberts, speaks to Justin Edwards about it too, so Edwards has got to be careful if he does try to throw that inside kick again.
Well, he's just going to throw it a little lower.
Yeah.
It's an excellent technique to use on southpaws when you stand in the orthodox position.
And sometimes, Joe, you'll land right where you want it. Big shots by Bastetti. Looking to finish this fight quickly. And Maguire holds on.
Justin, don't grab that cage.
Maguire's got the underhook, and he also has half guard on the left side. And he's going to use that to try to stand up, Mike. And Justin recognizes it and keeps pushing his head down.
Edwards explodes here early.
Back of the head, Justin. What's the back of the head?
Maguire's got the double, and he reverses it. Very nice. But Justin has a headlock here. Looks like he's got a guillotine choke.
Trying to lock it in.
And he uses that to stand up, though, Mike.
And
nice job
by Maguire.
And good job by Edwards in utilizing the butterfly guard to spin it around.
Both men have very good jiu-jitsu skills. And close guard now. Elbow from the bottom by Edwards. Teammate of Matt Brown's, Justin Edwards. Maguire making his UFC debut, looking for the neck again.
Edwards back up to his feet here. But Maguire has double underhooks. And Edwards frees the left. And Maguire's got the double underhooks again. Let's see if he can use it to, real good pressure. Let's see if he can use it here to take Justin down. This is an excellent position, and he does.
He gave him absolutely no space there, Joe, at all.
Yeah, Maguire's a very solid grappler. No question about it.
9 of his 16 wins by submission. Working from the half guard with some good ground and pound.
Good job getting right back up to his feet by Justin Edwards.
Well, after
Maguire's got a solid hold of his head.
He had that explosion by Edwards, and then since that point, Maguire's done a nice job of controlling this fight.
Yeah, controlling the distance and keeping him pressed up against the cage. And now Justin spins it around.
19
nice
pro
knee.
fights for
big
Maguire.
left hook. And a nice drop down there by Maguire. Oh, look at that.
Edwards.
Maguire dropped down and grabbed the hold of that Kimura attempt and used it to spin and take the back.
Edwards keeping that wide base. Trying not to get thrown.
But Maguire's pulling him down and trying to take his back. But look at this. Edwards spun out of it, but Maguire adjusted really well and maintained the back control. Some great grappling here.
No question, by both men.
Yeah.
Final minute of this first round.
You hear that crowd yelling knees. As we said, they're very, very educated here.
All around the world, Joe.
And look how quickly Maguire, as soon as he loses the head, drops down immediately for a single. And then Justin decided to drop down for a guillotine. It's tough to tell how deep he has it here. He does not have guard, though. He's in half guard. No, he's not even. He's in side control here.
20.
But he's still holding on to that neck. He's got to get his left knee underneath him, or his right knee rather, and slide it in between their bodies. You see how he's pushing down with his right hand to try to get that. But he loses it, and McGuire's on top. McGuire's got his back again.
Good chest
nice kick to the body. Great first round. And look at this, there's a spinning back kick. It kind of went up instead of straight, but that right hook really landed cleanly. Let's see it again. Spinning back fist kick was good, but the right hook was solid. And here McGuire drops him down. McGuire showed some excellent positioning, great grappling in that round.
Yeah. Work the cradle. Yeah. Turn down once. Yeah. Keep your back off the fence. On water? No. Okay, keep that back off the fence. Stay on the outside.
Nice straight. When you're back to the fence, straight left, yeah?
Okay, let's get points on this kid. Let's look for the head kick. Let's put him away. All right? He doesn't want to stand with you. He's going to look for the takedown. And once you're sprawling,
let's go.
Let's go, son.
Interesting, they said look for the head kick.
Second round, you ready to fight? You ready to fight? Bring it on, come on.
All right, here we go, round 2. The southpaw, John McGuire. And the pink and brown trunks. Black trunks for Justin Edwards. Fighting out of suburban Cincinnati, Ohio. Nice inside leg kick by McGuire. Again, McGuire wants to close the gap, Joe, and turn this into a grappling battle. Professional since 2006. McGuire said he loved the UFC when he first was able to see it here in the UK. Him and his buddies used to practice moves on each other and pretend they were Tito Ortiz or Chuck Liddell or Randy Couture. Some of the biggest stars in UFC history. And tonight he's in the octagon.
McGuire's doing a real good job of using that right jab, getting out of the way of Justin Edwards' attacks. He dropped down for Kimura there, could not get it.
But a good combination finished with the kick on the way in by Edwards. And again, that's his corner, just as we talked about that, Joe calls for the combination.
Nice inside leg kick.
That's the second solid inside leg kick that McGuire has landed here in this second round. 3 minutes on the clock here in the second. LG Arena, Birmingham, England.
McGuire's achieved double underhooks again. And when an excellent grappler gets this position, it's such a good way to control the opponent's body. And Justin tried to shake him off, but he gave up the back. And watch how McGuire will drop down and utilize the butterfly hook. Oh, brilliant slam. And immediately goes right into over-under. He does not have any hooks yet, though. And he spins and gets the left hook. The right one, though, is the one that's really difficult to get, and that's the one where Justin Edwards has to avoid. Look at that. He's got a body lock now and went to a body triangle. And Edwards did a great job of rolling towards where the triangle is hooked. That puts pressure on the ankle and relieves some of the pressure off of his waist.
Well, when we said coming in that John McGuire's not your typical British slugger, he is certainly showing the entire world that he has a great grappling game. Good control, good takedowns, good battles for position, and he'd love to get a submission finish in his UFC debut.
Well, what he's got to do here, he's got to switch the triangle and have it connected on the top side or at least roll Justin Edwards towards his right side so that he doesn't have all that pressure on his ankle. That diminishes the effect of the body triangle because it puts a lot of pressure on your ankle and you can't really squeeze it. You can sort of just hold it in place, and if Justin can roll it correctly, he can really get it to the point where it hurts the ankle.
And defensively, Edwards is well aware of that.
Yeah, defensively, Edwards immediately rolled towards the side where it's connected. But McGuire has, he's not seen the opening, or doesn't want to, rather, to adjust. Now he's okay. Now you see his ankles up off the ground. Now he can put a lot of pressure on Justin's abdomen, and it really restricts his breathing considerably.
And McGuire's really testing the cardio of Justin Edwards, because he has been on him from the beginning of this fight.
He's under the chin. He's going palm to palm. He's got to expand his chest here. He can still get it even though it's not on the chin. As long as he's got a tight grip palm to palm and he expands his chest with that body lock, you can finish the submission. But you got to get the guy to arc his back. You got to get, when you have to press your chest up and pull it up high. Jason Mayhem Miller is excellent at that position. He calls it the Superman.
It's that concept of utilizing your entire body to give more leverage to finishing the submission. It looks like Edwards is going to be able to try here into the round, and he does, just barely.
Outstanding grappling by McGuire.
Excellent work, John.
And here we see a very solid inside leg kick by McGuire. And here's a nice slam. And here's the end of the round where McGuire adjusted and switched to an armbar and had Justin in all sorts of trouble here. Was really working furiously for that armbar as the bell rang.
Listen, straight punches, yeah, and more than one shot. Don't be throwing them jumping knees and that, yeah?
He's going to be going for broke, John.
Yeah. Listen,
footwork's important.
Straight away, come out, throw your hands and get a takedown.
Yeah. Come on, son. You got it in you. Suck it up. Let's go. Deep breath. Deep breath.
Let's go, boys.
Let's go, man. Round of your life, son. Round of your life.
Third and final. You ready to fight? You ready to fight? Bring it on. Come on.
Third and final round.
This has really been an excellent fight, Mike.
The old chess match of the grappling game.
And a good solid jab again being utilized by McGuire. It's one of the least used but most important tools in stand-up fighting. And McGuire has a good one, and Justin landed one of his own there.
And McGuire's corner warned him that watch out, because Justin's going to be coming with the big strikes here early.
Yeah, he's throwing everything into these punches. There's that spinning back kick again. Telegraphed it a bit. McGuire drops down very nicely.
And McGuire wants to get right on top.
He's attacking the leg. He's got it laced up. He's got that heel hook. It's a little too low, though. And McGuire's going to attack with a footlock of his own. Justin's got to be careful. He could turn into a knee bar. He's got the knee.
The grappling battle continues.
McGuire's legs are in a bad position, though, Mike. He can't finish it unless he gets his right leg on the other side of the leg of Justin Edwards.
And they're both free.
And Justin is going to let him stand up. Interesting. He didn't like that leg battle there.
Justin Edwards training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with George Gurgel.
He spun with the head kick.
McGuire training Jiu-Jitsu all over, as you said, and spent some time.
Nice knees by McGuire.
Getting ready for this fight.
And Justin's dropping his hand down just to avoid those knees.
By polishing up all of his skills. Good knees by McGuire.
And a good adjustment by McGuire as well. And now Justin grabs a hold of his neck. And Justin's going to try to spin to the back, but in doing, he's dropping down for the guillotine, lost the position.
And that's terrible. Control.
That's a terrible mistake by Justin Edwards. I thought he was going to spin to the back there. Instead, he must be just real confident with his guillotine.
That and the fatigue becomes a factor here in a grappling battle, as we've seen.
Yeah, because he was in position to let go of that and switch to an over-under and try to take the back, which is what I thought he was going to do. He's squeezing his legs together to try to control the right arm of McGuire and keep it from getting free. But McGuire's free and he mounts him. Full mount.
And a lot of time on the clock.
And Justin gave up his back and he's flattened out.
McGuire absolutely relentless in this fight tonight.
Oh, body lock again. He got that triangle down. And now it's on top. And see, Justin immediately tries to roll over. He's leg pressing, and he's going to roll over towards his left hip. You see how he does that? And what that does, again, puts pressure on the ankle of McGuire and takes away the squeeze of that body triangle. The most effective way to utilize the body triangle is for your opponent to be belly down. When you're on his back and he's belly down, then it actually becomes a submission, as we saw with Ivan Salivary against Tony Strickland. It's a painful, painful position.
Putting all that torque and all that pressure on the back.
Yeah, and the organs. It just squeezes everything down.
Edwards needs to get back up to his feet and try to make something happen here with just over a minute remaining.
Well, you see how Justin Edwards locked his leg over the foot. He lost it there. And McGuire expertly doing a good job of staying on the back as Edwards tries to spin over. Real good positioning by McGuire. And McGuire's going to attack with a Kimura. He's going to use it again to spin to the back, Mike, and take the arm. The left arm of Justin Edwards is in jeopardy as he has that hook, that left underhook. That's the same way he attacked at the end of the second round. And he's switching between attacking with that. Good job by Justin Edwards.
He's up, he's out, 30 seconds left.
Real good job by Edwards of getting out of that. That was a tricky position.
Now he works in the guard. His corner toe, he's got to try to finish.
And the grappling of McGuire again.
15 seconds, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, he goes to the guillotine one more time.
Final seconds of the fight.
North-south choke.
Good back and forth battle between two very good grapplers here tonight in Birmingham.
That was a great fight. It's a great back and forth fight.
Got water?
And let's see, John McGuire shows his chin here because Justin nailed him with this kick and then this clean right hook there that had him in all sorts of trouble. Let's see it again. There's a spinning back kick and boom with the right hook. And Justin swarms on him, but McGuire, very experienced, very seasoned, managed to survive. There's a brilliant slam in the second. The story of this fight, Mike, was the excellent submission attempts and the excellent grappling control of John McGuire. And there's McGuire taking the back of Justin Edwards and pounding on him, controlling him from behind.
Let's find out if it's enough for McGuire to earn the victory tonight. Here is Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 30-27, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, John "The One" McGuire.
Well, The One has victory number 1 in the UFC. John McGuire is with Joe Rogan.
All right, I'm here with John McGuire. First of all, John, congratulations on your first UFC victory. An excellent display of grappling here tonight. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks for quick. Are you real?
I'm real.
I've waited for this so long, Joe.
Well, it's here, bro. Congratulations. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of this fight because you really did a fantastic job of controlling him on the ground. Every time you got close, you controlled the clinch, controlled position on the bottom, came real close to submitting him a couple of times, but couldn't quite pull it off.
Oh, he's stubborn. I've seen him fight, and I know he's real stubborn to submit, so I thought I can wrestle, and I'm good on the ground. And I proved that some Brits can wrestle and submit.
How's this first victory feel?
Feels brilliant. I'm not going to lie, Joe. I was backstage. I thought I was going to have an heart attack coming out here, but held it together, but woo!
You held it together indeed. Congratulations, sir. Look forward to seeing you again. John McGuire, ladies and gentlemen.
Well deserved. He waited a long time. Liverpool's Terry Edom was quickly becoming a UFC star, but injuries derailed his stardom. Now he looks to reignite the hype by beating Edward Palaloto.
The road back to the octagon has been a long one for England's Terry Edom, but after healing up the injuries that kept him out of action for over a year, the highly touted lightweight is back to face hard-hitting Edward Palaloto.
Now I'm 100% fit, 100% ready, and the comeback's been long awaited, and I'm ready to come back tonight with a bang.
I'm just gonna have to take the fight to him. I have to stay in his face, you know what I mean? I can't give him the comfort of falling into his rhythm and getting in his range and finding his sweet spot.
Liverpool's Terry Edom is a premier UK talent whose wins over Sam Stout, Justin Buchholz, and Shannon Gogarty had him on the verge of joining countrymen Michael Bisping and Dan Hardy in the world rankings. But after a loss to Rafael dos Anjos, injuries halted his progress. Now healthy, Edom returns tonight.
I'm going to look to end them, whether it be standing up, whether it be a knockout, or whether it be a submission, but tonight there's only going to be one winner, and that's me.
Hawaii's Edward Palaloto is an aggressive up-and-comer who has showed in bouts against Anthony Njokuani and Michael Johnson that he's not afraid to scrap. But tonight is his opportunity to not only put on another exciting battle, but to spoil Terry Edom's comeback plans in front of his home country fans.
My main focus is to win the fight, and that just sucks for Terry because he's gonna have to lose it from his hometown.
6'1", much taller, 3-inch reach advantage for Edom. The veteran voice of the octagon, Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Leon Roberts.
Leon Roberts, our referee. Terry Edom.
First round, ready to fight. Ready to fight.
Edward Palaloto. And here we go. Oh my.
He's got a tight guillotine, Mike.
Trying to finish it early.
And his squeeze is outstanding. That's it.
It's all over. Just like that. Terry Edom with the victory.
That's the Terry Edom of old. Brilliantly, right from the gate. We missed everything. Brilliant performance by Terry Edom. Let's take a look at the whole fight.
Yeah. Wow.
Terry Edom comes out immediately with a solid jab. Brilliant leg kick. Look at those two left hooks. Perfectly placed. Spinning back kick. Palaloto grabs him. And look at that guillotine. Perfectly placed guillotine. Look how high he is, squeezing down on the neck. And that's it. Let's take one more look at it. Look how he grabs this, Mike. It's an arm-in guillotine. You see Palaloto is wincing before it even gets to the ground. Terry's squeeze is outstanding. He is under the chin, tightens it up nicely, and that's a wrap, folks.
Out 19 months, and he wins quickly tonight. Here is Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Leon Roberts has called a stop to this contest at 17 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by tap out due to a guillotine choke, Terry Edom.
Man, he must feel like he's on top of the world after all the frustration of the last year and a half.
I'm here with the winner, Terry Edom. Terry, that was about as close to a perfect performance as you can put on. Let's watch the whole fight over again so you can see your handiwork, sir, because this was just absolutely brilliant. From the moment you started fighting, you landed everything you threw and locked up this brilliant guillotine.
I think that's what 19 months out does. You know, I've been so hungry to get back in, and that was it, Joe. I'm back.
How frustrating has it been for you to sit out these 9 months on the sidelines, deal with your injuries? What was that like?
You know, it's absolutely killed me. It's obviously been so hard. As I say, I'm back now. I'm 100%, and I'm ready to make an impact on this lightweight division. Let's do this.
Well, you were one of the most talented, one of the most promising guys in the division. Congratulations on an excellent performance.
Thanks very much. I just want to say, I want to thank every single fan. Throughout the 19 months I've been out, the support's been great. Fans here, the fans in America. I want to thank UFC as well, and also my team, Team Carbon, my coach Colin Erin, Mark Scanlon, my wrestling coach Michael Grundy, and every single one of my team. And every fan, thank you very much.
He's back and better than ever, folks. Terry Adam.
A very frustrating 19 months, as he said to Joe and as he has said many times, but it took only 17 seconds to put himself right back on track towards the title. Right now, a light heavyweight matchup. The classic matchup of striker and grappler, as two very experienced mixed martial artists do battle. It's Anthony Parash and Cyril Diabate.
With years of combat sports experience between them, you would think that a bout between Cyril Diabate and Anthony Parash would be a technical chess match. But that's not the case with these two light heavyweights, as they're both coming full speed from opposite directions to finish fights.
He's a former world Muay Thai champion. I'm a world-class grappler. I really want to show my skills as an MMA fighter, not just a grappler. I'm a complete MMA fighter.
You can't expect anything from anybody right now. It's just grapplers are striking with strikers and vice versa. So I've got to be prepared for anything.
For Cyril Diabate, years of kickboxing have led him to 8 MMA knockouts, including a KO of Louise Kane in his UFC debut. Fresh from a punishing 3-round win over Steve Cantwell, the Snake looks to impress European fans once again tonight.
I just want to make an entertaining fight with my opponent, try and please the crowd, the fans as much as possible, and obviously win with a spectacular knockout.
While Diabate likes to strike, Australian veteran Anthony Parash prefers the ground game, with none of his pro victims, including Tom Blackledge, reaching the final bell. So when this jiu-jitsu black belt is in the octagon, don't expect 3 rounds to be needed to determine a winner.
In all my fights, I finished my opponent. I finished 8 by submission and 3 by TKO. And Cyril's going to be finish number 12. It's up to him whether it's going to be by submission or by TKO.
Our tale of the tape for this light heavyweight fight, 38-year-old against 39-year-old. There you see a 6'6" Cyril Diabate with a 6-inch reach advantage, Bruce Buffer.
Our referee in charge, Mark Goddard.
Mark Goddard, the referee for this light heavyweight fight.
Okay, here we
Parash
go, James. You ready? Are you ready? Come on, let's do this.
and Diabate.
And you see Diabate right away. He's feigning with that left knee over and over again to gauge Parash's reaction, because Parash most certainly wants to shoot. And so Diabate's letting him know, you shoot, bro. This knee is waiting for you.
Absolutely.
Come on in.
Southpaw, Diabate.
And the more Diabate can get Parash to hesitate, the more he can open him up for strikes.
And in the same style as Anderson Silva, those feints, Joe, are utilized to see how your opponent is going to react, and then you pounce on the openings once you kind of see what they're going to do when you fake certain striking elements.
Yes, it's also the threat. What he's doing is he's threatening with that knee to put it in his mind. He wants to let him know. And he will throw a front kick from that knee up as well, and he also will turn it over and turn it into a round kick.
And you can see Parash wants to get down, wants to get a hold of those legs and put him on his back. Keeping him at distance is a real key for Diabate, and it can work to his advantage in this matchup.
And he has a punishing inside leg kick that he will use as well, seeing as how he is fighting from the southpaw position and Parash is orthodox. Right away, Parash is already cut from one of the punches that landed.
He's got to travel so far to try to even look for a leg, and we've seen it twice, not even close to getting a hold of any type of takedown attempt, and there's some redness on the ribs of Parash already as well.
Nice left kick to the body. The difference is, first of all, that Parash is not a wrestler. He's a very good ground specialist, but he's got to get it to the ground. And, you know, when you're standing up with a guy like Diabate, every second that you're standing up is an opportunity for him to punish you.
And even in the clinch, if you don't get it down quickly, he has got outstanding elbows and great Muay Thai clinch work.
And he spent a tremendous amount of time training with American wrestlers, spent a lot of time with Dan Henderson, preparing for Dan when he fought Anderson Silva. So he's got good takedown defense as well, and really understands the principles of Greco-Roman wrestling and dirty boxing.
And looks for the takedown right there, Joe. Good takedown defense by Cyril Diabate.
Parash closed the distance there, but Diabate did a great job of sprawling and get out of the way. So now Parash decided to pull guard, but the hammer fists of Diabate, they come from a mile away. And now Parash is so close. He's got a hold of him, but he's got to wrap him up and control him. He pushed him off.
And no surprise that Diabate's happy to stand again. He did some nice damage with the ground and pound, then he got right back up and said, let's strike.
Well, Diabate's getting so much better at avoiding takedowns. Oh, that was a powerful kick to the body. And look at his takedown defense. He's on the ground now, though, and Parash has him in side control. Now, this is Parash's world. Parash has some very, very strong techniques from the top. Good control. He's got head and arm control here, and he may be looking for an arm triangle on the right arm of Cyril Diabate. Does not have that anymore. He's locked up in half guard here. Parash has got to work here, though. Not much time left. He spent the majority of the round getting punished on his feet.
Under a minute now on the clock here. Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds.
Yeah, he's finally got him where he wants him. Now there's the attempt again at that arm triangle, but Diabate snakes his arm underneath. When Parash has it, he's got to use strength and position to hold it there. He can't just hope for an opening to occur and slowly cook his opponent, you know, Hoist Gracie style. He's got to be a bit more aggressive.
30 seconds now less.
Stay busy, James. Improve the position. You want to stay there, show me work.
Trying to get that left leg free. Achieve the mount.
Now he's going to look out for that up kick.
Jumps right back down into guard.
Well, he's in half guard now, but, you know, he hasn't really been able to do anything even close to a submission yet. So and no ground and pound.
Yeah, so a good job done by Diabate defensively.
Yeah, let's show the kick to the body.
Sit down. Breathe, breathe.
Hit me more.
And here we see the brilliant striking of Cyril Diabate. As he becomes better at avoiding takedowns, he becomes more and more dangerous as a mixed martial arts striker. And there's a brilliant kick to the body. Parash caught the leg, did manage to get side control at one point, but was unable to do much from it.
Round 2. Diabate wants to get in, do his job. That is damage with strikes and get out. Knee. Just that little turn of the hip, though, makes that knee very heavy.
And Diabate stands very tall. Very unusual for a mixed martial artist, his stance, because his legs are very close together. And he stands straight up. He's not sprawled out, he's not spread out, doesn't look like he's going to be able to avoid those takedowns, but he does.
And he did so a moment ago.
And Parash gets it. Nice.
Parash waited for Diabate to attack, ducked under, grabbed on, and now he's back to the ground.
Yeah, that was a great job of timing it by Parash. But now Parash he's got to do something to capitalize on this. Diabate try to sweep there briefly. He can't let Diabate stifle him. This is an excellent opportunity for him, having 4 minutes to work on the ground here. He's got to make something happen. Full mount. That's what Parash wants. Now Parash has got to bait him into giving up an arm, or it looks like he's going to get his back here if he can get that the right arm of Diabate out of the mix.
Turns 40 in October, Anthony Parash.
He's got his back, full back.
And this is where he's at the best when it comes into a submission battle.
This is full back mount. It looks like he's under the neck.
Trying to crank it in. See if he can finish it.
Diabate is doing a good job of turning towards the choke.
But he's still mounted.
Very nicely done, yeah. Still mounted, and he's going to give up his back again if he's not careful. Arm triangle opportunity again. Every time you see Anthony Parash put his head into the armpit of Diabate, what he's trying to do is secure that arm, lock it in place, and then go for an arm triangle. He's also got his leg over the face. Oh, he's just so comfortable here, controlling on the ground. He's just sat his leg over the face of Diabate, not even worried about getting bucked off. Here again, he's pinned his head down. Now what he's trying to do is get an arm triangle on that arm. He's got it. He's got it. Now he's got to hop over to that side, the same side as the choke.
Yep,
he's done it. He's passed. Diabate is in deep trouble now. Nope, he went right back to the mount again. He didn't like it. He didn't like it, but he's still got time. That's what he's hunting for. So every time you see him put his head down to the mat, underneath the armpit, he's trying to secure an arm triangle choke.
Joe, you said he didn't like it. He went back. He didn't like it because he didn't think he could finish from there, but he knew he could maintain control, and that's what he's doing, right?
Big ground and pound here. Diabate's in trouble now. Parash is really digging in with these shots. And now he's got it under the chin. And Diabate again is turning towards the choke. He got it.
It's all over. Anthony Parash.
Nicely done by Anthony Parash.
Chokes out Cyril Diabate.
2 fights in light heavyweight, 2 submission victories.
His 9th career win by submission.
Let's take a look at it again here, Mike. He hops over the legs and gets into the mount, scoots his hips up, and then once he got there, just ultimate control by Parash. He is, as he said, a world-class ground specialist. And here's some nice ground and pound. Over and over again, secured that mount position. And once he got the back mount, punished Diabate and made Diabate give up that neck. Over and over again, slam those knuckles into the head, and there you see him snake that arm under the chin and secures the rear naked choke for the victory.
2nd straight win by rear naked choke. Diabate submitted here tonight in England with the official decision. Once again, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard's called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 9 seconds of the round, declaring the winner by tap out due to a rear naked choke, Anthony the Hippo Parash.
He got it to where he wanted the fight to take place, and he finished it. Here's Joe.
All right, I'm here with Anthony Parash. Anthony, 2 fights in light heavyweight, 2 submission victories. How happy are you tonight?
Extremely. You know, that first win was a big relief, and this second win in a row, it's like it was a bit extra pressure on me because I didn't want the first one just to be a fluke. You know, I won 2 in a row, and I'm here to stay, light heavyweight.
Well, this is really a classic striker versus grappler matchup, and let's take a look at once you got him to the ground, once you secured the mount position, you just had ultimate control, got the back mount in, and talk us through the end here.
Yeah, look, my philosophy is position before submission. It was very slippery. He tried to get out. I didn't rush, and eventually I hurt him with some good hard shots. He went flat. I heard him go, ugh. So I sunk in the choke.
There was one point where you almost had the rear naked, or excuse me, the arm triangle, but you decided to go back to the mount. Why was that?
He had a good position. His hand was right on his ear, and I felt it wasn't deep, and I didn't want to lose the mount position, so I went back.
Brilliant job tonight. Congratulations. One more time at light heavyweight, Anthony Parash, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that answer right there just justifies what Joe talked about, how high level his grappling is. A lot of new talent being discovered every day inside the octagon. We move on to the welterweight fight between Papi Abedi and Thiago Alves. Driven by the desire to be the UFC welterweight champion, the Pitbull is motivated to take out the Swede tonight.
The welterweight division gets an injection of new blood tonight with the arrival of Sweden's Papi Abedi. But longtime contender Thiago Alves will never let anyone make their name off his. So now they've got 3 rounds or less to break this standoff.
Jag älskar att köra stående. Och det blir krig stående. Om Thiago slåss stående, då blir det krig stående.
Hopefully Papa will stand and train with me, and that will make it easier for me to knock him out.
A native of Zaire, who now fights out of Sweden, Papi Abedi has long been a favorite of European fight fans for his exciting style and ability to finish fights. A black belt in judo, who also holds a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Abedi is dropping to 170 pounds for his debut tonight, making him even stronger, faster, and more intimidating than usual.
Och min tanke är liksom att jag är 9-0, 8-0. Och efter ikväll fight mot Thiago Alves, jag kommer att 9-0. Om man inte knockar mig så gör jag det.
One of the top welterweights in the game for over 5 years, Thiago Alves has never wavered in his commitment to deliver fan-friendly fights for crowds around the world. Tonight, the Pitbull returns to England for the first time since his knockout of Matt Hughes. And he's bringing the firepower for another big knockout victory.
I'm very happy to give him the welcome to the big league and his first knockout loss for his record.
Our tale of the tape, Brazilian-born Alves, 28 years old, 5 years younger than his opponent, who will have a 4-inch reach advantage. Here's Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Dan Murgliata.
Dan Murgliata, our referee, assigned to this welterweight fight between Thiago Alves and Papi Abedi.
You ready, Thiago? Let's go fight, guys.
Here we go.
Watch the fingers.
Nice kick by Alves. He's in the blue and white trunks, red and white trunks for Papi Abedi.
He's coming out with power, Mike. Power with the kick, the inside leg kick. He's there to send a message to Papi, and that message is, you don't belong here for your first fight.
Vicious striker, Thiago Alves.
Well, Thiago has got to get that respect right off the bat. He's got to blast him and let him know that this is another level you're entering into, son. And for Papi, he wants to disrespect Thiago. He wants to get close to him, he wants to rough him up, and he ultimately would probably like to get him on the ground and pound him.
Orthodox stance, as always, by Thiago Alves. Southpaw for Papi Abedi. Thiago will switch things up from time to time. Nice quick kick. And he forces him up against the cage.
And some powerful punches by Papi.
And the elbow as well. 2 powerful men.
And he's got the clinch here. Let's see if he attempts to take it to the ground or if he tries to rough him up against the cage. Papi, a very physically strong man for 170.
Spent a lot of his career at 185. Thiago was shadowboxing at about 190 last night after rehydrating.
Nice knee to the body by Thiago on the break, and he pushes him off.
Again with that solid combination and an inside leg kick. Abedi's confidence is growing here.
Well, the more he lands, the better he'll feel.
Nice kick to
beautiful
the body.
Kick to the body.
He has such powerful kicks.
And perfect placement, Mike. The thing about Thiago is he's so technical with his striking. You very rarely see him open up and wind up. He keeps his hands up in a high guard.
And again with the kick.
That's a nice inside leg kick.
You know, it's his philosophy, Joe, is be brilliant at the basics. You know, throw it right, defend right, land right, and get out of the way. Superman punch.
That was a good check by Abedi before that.
But Abedi seems very confident.
Thiago's got to get off that cage, Mike. When he feels his back to the cage, he's got to run. And Abedi gets the clinch again.
Because as I start, Abedi seems very confident to stand and trade with Thiago Alves.
Yeah, he's very sure of his skills, Mike. You know, just the fact that he took this fight for his UFC debut. A man who's been fighting in the UFC for a long time, has fought for the title. Now take that as your first fight. That just shows amazing confidence.
Joe Silva has some of those calls where he says, will you fight so-and-so? And the guy says, yes.
He tagged him. He's hurt.
And he's in big trouble. Thiago trying to finish it. Abedi trying to hold on.
He's full mount.
The mount now. Thiago looking to finish this fight right here.
I thought Dan was going to stop it.
It was close.
Full mount by Thiago.
Now good for Papi Abedi.
He's cut open.
Yep. And
he's hurt. He's turned his back. He gives up his back.
Trying to choke him out.
That's it.
And it is all over. Thiago Alves with the victory.
Very, very nicely done by Thiago Alves. He hurt him, he got him to the ground, and he finished him off. Let's take a look at it again. This is where he hurt him. The right hand did it, the left hook right behind it, and you see Thiago throws those punches with perfect precision, perfect technique. And here's some hard elbows on the ground. And Papi gave up his back here, Mike. And he was just dazed, and Thiago got it right under the neck, and that's a wrap.
Strong elbows, good ground and pound, and he finishes it with the submission, the rear naked choke, and the reaction of Thiago, the Pitbull Alves, winning for the 11th time in his UFC career with the official decision, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliata has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 32 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by tap out due to a rear naked choke, Thiago Pitbull Alves.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Thiago Pitbull Alves. Thiago, that was some vintage Thiago Alves tonight, and I believe that might have been the first submission victory of your UFC career. Is it?
Yes, it is.
This guy took a big chance in coming in here and taking on you in his first UFC fight, and you made him pay for it. Let's take a look at it right now. You caught him with a right hand. That's what hurt him. Once you felt him hurt, you swarmed.
Yeah, and I was waiting a little bit. He's a southpaw, and he caught me good with the up kick. But I knew every time he threw the left hand, he was dropping his hand. And you know I love England, man. For the last time I was here, I got a flight knee. Now I got my first submission. You guys are the best. I love you guys.
The Pitbull's back, ladies and gentlemen. Thiago Alves.
Thiago Alves. Here's one of Britain's own Brad Pickett. Returns with a fully healthy back and is ready to make a run at the 135-pound belt. His first assignment, stop Renan Barão.
What is going to be an instant classic in the bantamweight division. Brad Pickett gets it done.
This one has fight of the night written all over it.
Renan Barão gets the submission.
Give me your best shot and I don't care. Trying to knock your head off. I'm trying to break you mentally. I'm winning when someone's laying flat on the floor. There's nothing in that cage he's going to be able to do to me that I've never done before. I've been in the worst positions in fights.
Comes out explosive in round two. Pickett now gets the upper hand.
That is some heavy leather being exchanged.
Big takedown by Pickett.
This sport sucks being second place.
Good right hand.
Renan Barão has excellent hands and a wild kicking style.
Trying to turn it up early is Barão.
Treino boxe desde criança.
Barão attacks right away with a solid combination.
He is a prodigy out of the camp which has produced Jose Aldo.
Flying knee comes in from Barão. And look at this reversal. That's it.
Submission victory.
That is it.
Unbelievable.
Só na cabeça dele. Tem envergadura muito maior.
We have what could be the ultimate slugfest. Here we go. Our tale of the tape for this bantamweight battle. Pickett is 33, Barao is 24. Barao will have a 2-inch reach advantage. With the official introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. This fight is 3 rounds in the UFC bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 28 wins, 1 loss, 1 no contest. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 136 pounds. Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Renan Barao. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a striker, holding a professional record, 21 wins, 5 losses, standing 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 134 pounds. Fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, USA, by way of East London, England, Brad One Punch Pickett! And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Leon Roberts.
Set in the cage. Gents, you both know the rules, you both know what I expect. Protect yourselves at all times, obey me at all times. If I ask you to break, I expect a good, clean break. Any questions? Any questions? Fight hard, fight fair, fight clean. If you want to touch gloves, do so now. Back to your corners.
Brad Pickett, Renan Barao. Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds.
First round, you ready to fight? You ready to fight? Bring it on, come on.
And we are underway. Joe, they come out swinging.
Renan Barao has caught Brad Pickett with a couple real solid shots.
Big kick.
And Pickett's taking him and pushing forward. Spinning back kick to glanced.
Renan Barao very tight with his hands, shoulders high. Nice kick.
Good snap to that leg kick. Oh, Pickett caught him a couple times there though, Mike.
And a good counter. Neither man wasting any time getting this one started. Pickett gets off first.
The real difference in their attack is that Pickett favors a more boxing-centered attack, whereas Barao will mix it up, throw a lot of kicks and a lot of flying techniques if he feels loose.
Good start, great pace early, and mixing it up are both men. Lead left hook connects.
And Pickett looking for that right hand. Barao misses again with that spinning back kick.
Man, they both came out of the gate looking for the takedown. Oh, just missed with the overhand right. Brad Pickett loves to throw that overhand right. The UK fans supporting One Punch. UFC debut, and he's waited a long time to get in the octagon is Brad Pickett.
Solid jab by Barao.
Great atmosphere here in Birmingham. The crowds here in the UK are awesome.
They're so enthusiastic.
Oh, love it.
Pickett continuing to control the center of the octagon and look for openings. But as we said, he has to get closer. The only way he can fight Barao with his style is to get right here. Whereas Barao can put much more distance between the two of them and still be effective.
Inside leg kick countered by Pickett with a left hook.
They are banging.
Oh,
That was a nice combination right there, very relaxed.
Barao and Pickett, round one. Oh, huge knee. And a flurry of punches by Renan Barao. Trying to finish this fight.
It was the knee that put him in trouble.
Pickett trying to get out. Can he get out of trouble, Joe?
Look at how he took that back. That was outstanding.
Trying to lock it in. Trying to finish it up.
Pickett's doing a real good job of defending himself. It looked like he was out of it. He got caught with a knee and then several punches. Trying to regain his senses. Barao's going, he's gone palm to palm. Pickett could be in trouble here.
A lot of time on the clock.
He's got it across the face, but if his squeeze is tight, he can still submit him from here.
It is all over. Renan Barao.
Renan Barao is a monster. The way he took that back, literally a fraction of a second to take full back with full hooks in. That kid is dangerous. Let's take a look. The knee is what started it off. Look at this knee. Perfectly placed. Let's see it again. And that was a fast knee. It's hard to tell from slow-mo. And look at the combination. Over and over again, he lands with punches. And look at the brilliance of how he took this back. He secured the over-under first, and then threw his hips over. And here's the finish, not even under the chin, across the face, but the squeeze is so tight. Pickett was forced to tap. A brilliant performance by Renan Barao.
17th straight win for Renan Barao. Unbeaten now in 29 fights. The 100th Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt under Andre Pederneiras. Started it with the knee, finished with the choke, and here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Leon Roberts has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 9 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by tap out due to a rear naked choke, Renan Barao.
This kid is for real.
First of all, Renan, congratulations on a brilliant performance. Brad Pickett is a very tough fighter tonight. You took him out with style.
Parabéns pela grande performance. Como é que foi aí? O cara muito bom em pé e você conseguiu trocar em pé com ele.
Eu estava muito bem treinado com a minha equipe que mora na União. Treinei boxe, treinei Muay Thai, treinei Jiu-Jitsu, treinei wrestling, treinei tudo. E minhas apresentações vai ser sempre dessa melhor forma. Vou tentar melhorar mais ainda e dar grande show pro público.
It was a very hard training camp with my team, Kimura Nova União. We did our best. I trained Muay Thai, I trained boxing, I trained Jiu-Jitsu, I trained all the areas. I feel very complete, but I feel a lot to grow, and I'm gonna do my best performance every upcoming fights.
Well, let's take a look at the knee that started it off. It was a knee that hurt him. And once you had him hurt with that knee and a couple of punches, you took the back in brilliant fashion.
Como é que foi as costas, pulou para as costas dele?
Eu tava jogando um boxe, vi que tava algumas falhas, baixando da idade, meu mestre da idade já tinha mostrado a estratégia que era sempre jogar o joelho, e na hora que pegou o joelho entrou, e graças a Deus eu fui feliz mais uma vez.
Everything was try to take the boxing, and the strategy was to break the knee inside. When I hit the knee, I knew that I could put my combinations on, and I jumped to his back the way that I love to do, and I submit him.
Equipe Nova União, Kimura Nova União, Natal, tô chegando, filhão, tô chegando aí. Um alô aí pra Marcão Aragão, publicidade. Não deu pra colocar aí, mas tô aí dizendo seu nome aí, tamo junto e misturado.
I'd like to say thank you very much for all the support back in Brazil, my son, my wife, my girlfriend, everything else, and I would like to say thank you all for the support, and here we go, for the next challenge.
Congratulations on a brilliant performance.
501, tamo junto, porra! Esconde Cruzeiro, 501 até o Flamengo. É nóis!
Hannah Burrell, ladies and gentlemen.
This young man is for real. 17-fight win streak. A huge victory here tonight.
Mark Munoz is on a roll, but he hasn't fought the caliber of guys I've been fighting. You asked for this fight. Now you got it. Here I am. I hope you're ready.
I'm not afraid of Chris Leben. I respect the guy. I'm not afraid of his stand-up. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna utilize the angles. I'm gonna look to take him down, and Donkey Kong is coming out. Hammer punches, bombs, overhand rights, hooks, all on the ground.
Fact is, Mark knows the left's coming. Your heart's racing. You can hear 20,000 people just cheering and yelling and screaming your name. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. When I go out there to bring those fans exactly what they want to see, and that's the crippler smash somebody.
Where did that come from? Leben with the uppercut. It is all over.
I'll take you out too, Gadway. Everybody says they want to stand and bang with me, but if Vanderlei Silva can't do it, Mark Munoz definitely can't do it. The fact is, I throw devastating punches.
Toe to toe, look at this. Trying to finish. Caught with the left there. Chris Leben and Mark Munoz are two of the biggest power punchers in the 185-pound division.
There's a good shot.
He rocked him.
Munoz trying to finish.
I'm able to land bombs wherever I'm at. I'm definitely gonna put him where I want him to be. He has trouble with guys that move, and he's definitely gonna have a hard time with me inside the octagon.
And there it is. Wow. Body shots by Munoz.
He got rocked. Trying to finish.
Mark Munoz has got the most vicious, grounded pound in the sport. When you watch him pound on guys, you just can't help but go, oh!
There's only one problem. When that bell rings, I'm gonna come straight at him, and I'm gonna rip his head off.
You're gonna see an exciting fight, so don't blink.
Making Apple D App and Taboo and everybody happy as the proud Filipino enters the octagon tonight. Born in Japan on the base, and then growing up in California, he was an All-American not once but twice at Oklahoma State, won the National Wrestling Championship in 2001, academic All-American. I mean, this man has it all. He's got the skills, he's got the heart, the desire, he's got the class and determination. Does he have enough to beat Chris Leben tonight?
Well, he has been steadily improving as a mixed martial artist. Came into the sport as an elite athlete, but has slowly but surely absorbed all the different techniques of mixed martial arts. And in the CB Dalloway fight, we really got to see the evolution of his stand-up game when he uncorked a picture-perfect right hand to hurt CB Dalloway very badly before he finished him off. Mark is taking a big step up in this fight, but he feels he's ready. And again, he is an amazing athlete and has that wrestling to call back on if he ever gets in trouble.
Gives a ton of credit to Krzysztof Soshinski, who is a member of the great cast of fighters at the Reign Training Center that Mark opened in 2009. And Krzysztof has really worked on his diet, and he's a scientist, is Krzysztof Soshinski, with that, in his strength and conditioning. And then you add Jason Mayhem Miller, you add Jake Ellenberger to the mix, and the fact that Anderson Silva and the Nogueiras wanted to learn wrestling from Mark Munoz, one of the most respected guys in the game today.
Yeah, you know, it's such an amazing crew that got down there of talented fighters all working together, all sharing techniques, And Mark Munoz is the wrestling specialist out of that group. A very, very technical wrestler, as well as being incredibly physically strong. And very fast, especially with his footwork.
The Filipino wrecking machine, Mark Munoz. An instant star. After his appearance on season 1 of The Ultimate Fighter tonight, Chris Leben enters the octagon for the 19th time in his UFC career. You know, and of the many things I read and you watch and you think about when you look at Chris Leben, he was the 2010 comeback fighter because he was going through a rough patch and then boom, he was able to beat Aaron Simpson, and then, yeah, sure, I'll fight Akiyama. And all of a sudden, Chris Leben is very prevalent, very pertinent in the middleweight talk of title people.
Well, once he knocked out Vanderlei Silva, that really, to put Chris Leben phrase to it, put a stamp on his career. You know, it really let everybody know this is a legit contender. This is a guy who's capable of doing that to any man who stands in front of him. Chris has amazing confidence right now. He is at the peak of his mixed martial arts career, both in terms of his talent, his momentum, everything. He's there right now. This is his moment, he believes. And he believes that Mark Munoz is but a test on his way to a shot at the title.
3-time knockout of the night winner, 2-time fight of the night winner, and coming off a 27-second knockout of the legendary axe murderer Vanderlei Silva. Grew up literally in the gym in the Pacific Northwest. Now runs his own school in Oahu, Hawaii, and the southpaw, the crippler, Chris Leben, is set for our main event of the evening against the Filipino wrecking machine, the national wrestling champion, Mark Munoz. For this, our main event of the evening, Leben is 31, Munoz is 33. He's 1 inch taller, reach is nearly identical. Let's get this thing started with the official introductions, the veteran voice, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Our 3 judges scoring this contest at Octagon side are Andy Roberts, Carlo Urso, and Chris Watts. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Mark Goddard. And now, live from the sold-out LG Arena in Birmingham, England, it's time! 5 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record, 11 wins, 2 losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 186 pounds. Fighting out of Vallejo, California, USA, Mark, the Filipino wrecking machine, Munoz. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, This man is a freestyle fighter, holding a professional record, 22 wins, 7 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 186 pounds. Fighting out of Oahu, Hawaii, USA, Chris the Crippler Leben!
Chris. Okay, gentlemen, been over the rules in the dressing room. You know exactly what I expect. Keep yourself protected at all times. Listen to me at all times. When I say stop, you stop. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Let's do this.
Oh, let's do this. Chris Leben, Mark Munoz, non-title fight. Main event, though, scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds.
Okay, here we go, main event. Are you ready? Are you ready? Come on. Let's do this.
Here we go. Dark trunks for Leben, white trunks for Munoz. Munoz is going to try to mix things up. He's going to try to disguise the shot.
He's also he's going to try to capitalize on his hand speed. And there's the shot, and he's got him down.
Trying to work his neck free. Leben holding on tight.
Leben's holding
Munoz
on.
is out.
Wrist control, fix that one, yes.
Munoz, a high-level wrestler.
Munoz he's got to flatten him out and get Chris on his back so he can work some of that ground and pound. He has Chris's arm tied up. This could be an arm triangle, and Chris realizes it and snuck it back into position.
Well, you speak of ground and pound. He's got that what he calls Donkey Kong ground and pound, vicious ground and pound possessed by Munoz.
Chris got back up.
Wall walk, and perfectly done. Watch for Munoz to try to take him right back down. Good shots to the body.
Vicious body punches by Munoz.
What Munoz knows he doesn't want to do is get into a tight slugfest with him. Munoz working hard for the takedown. Oh, nicely
Munoz
done.
dragged him to the ground and landed a right hand and another right hand by Munoz.
But now it's Leben with the takedown.
Leben on top.
Heavy ground and pound. Munoz right back up. Both men tested early. Heavy shots from the Crippler.
Big right hands by the Crippler.
Munoz is trying to get out of there. And he ties him up. Chris Leben can finish fights with those shots that he threw a moment ago, those tight shots, Joe.
Both men have the ability to knock either one out.
Watch for Munoz to potentially fake the shot and come with a big left hook. Pushing forward. Leben with the foot stomp. Good body shot. Leben got the leg.
Leben caught the knee and dumped him down again. Leben going for a standing guillotine. Doesn't quite have the arm under the chin, though. He's trying to maneuver it into place. He's got it better now. Now it's better. He feels confident. He drops down with it.
A lot of time, Joe. 90 seconds on the clock here in the first.
Well, it's tough to see where he's got it here, but he does not have full guard, so it makes it much more difficult.
And Munoz is out.
Munoz pops out. And Chris took a big, deep breath. And Chris keeps giving up that arm, that left arm, for the arm triangle of Munoz, if Munoz wants it.
Nice shots from the bottom. And nice shots from the top with the left.
That's the right hand. That's the real power hand of Munoz. Oh!
Another big shot.
That was a vicious right hand. And now Munoz looking for a guillotine, perhaps.
Leaning on Leben with 40 seconds on the clock here in the first.
More round and pound. Oh,
big right hand.
Vicious shot by Munoz.
And again.
Oh, and Leben fires back. How plays Leben's chin? Leben has the most ridiculous chin in MMA.
Again. Gotta watch the net.
Bombs.
20 seconds.
And now he's on top.
Munoz is back up. Big breath, big deep breath from Chris Leben. What a first round. Both men came to fight tonight in the UK.
What a round. Wow. And here Chris Leben gets a takedown on Mark Munoz, and I bet Munoz didn't expect that. And there's a nice knee, but Leben catches it, and Leben slams Munoz again. Now here's Munoz on top with a big right hand to the temple. And some ferocious punches here. Look at this. Boom, that one on the chin, full power.
Yeah, you stopped the shot a couple times, okay? Cross face him. Cross face. Okay, now Chris. Take your time and keep those hands up. That's the main thing. He's gonna come to you.
All right, 20 more minutes.
Let's go, Mark.
Keep an eye on the conditioning of both fighters and the cardio. Chris is still breathing very heavy. Munoz looks much pressure.
It was an amazing pace. And Leben took the big power shots.
Round two. This fight is one swing away from being over at any time.
And Leben almost tucked that uppercut through. And Munoz has, in my opinion, what appears to be a good speed advantage. Throws his punches a little quicker, but Leben's punches, when they land, are just ridiculously powerful.
Mark Munoz is a world-class athlete, plain and simple.
And Munoz looked for the trip there.
Munoz wants to make Leben work in this position.
And he gets him down. Very nice. But he's got to look out. Leben has a good guard. Very underrated guard.
And Munoz likes the hammer fist if he can get a chance to utilize it.
And great punches to the body by Munoz.
Top position for the Filipino wrecking machine. There it is. That big, heavy right hand, not once but twice.
That was a brutal punch.
And trying to do some
to
more.
The temple.
More of the same.
And Leben's trying to fire back from the bottom.
Munoz stands up. To the body.
And Munoz lands again. And Chris plots forward like a member of the Walking Dead cast.
I'll tell you what, he is a competitor. It's hard to stop Chris Leben.
And Munoz on top again. And this is where, if he gets that right hand free, this is where the ground and pound comes.
Elbow.
Thank you. All right, back against the fence.
Leben's got to tie Munoz up. He's got to stop these punches from coming.
He's exhausted.
He's giving up his back. Can't do that.
Mark Munoz trying to pass the biggest test of his fighting career.
He is taking some bombs.
A frustrated Chris Leben.
There are very
Relentless
few
is
human beings
Munoz.
who could have taken those shots.
Munoz got to be careful with his neck, though.
Leben's on top.
Trying to crank the neck
He's
of
working a
Munoz.
choke. It's tough to see if it's under. It's tough to see from this angle. But he is squeezing. He feels like he has it.
Munoz trying to push away. Trying to get himself out of trouble.
He just needs a little bit of space and relax. And he let it go.
More energy used by Leben, though, in the submission attempt.
And Leben is a bloody mess at this point.
Doctor, Mark, stay there for me. Doctor.
Doctors are going to take a look at it.
Doctor. Mark! Mark! There. Doc, he's telling me he can't see. To the eye.
Going to check the cut.
Come on.
Oh, no, he's saying he can't see.
How's it work? Let me see the cut, please. I want to see. Let me see. No, that's good. Chris, tell me. If you tell me you can't see, I'm going to stop this fight.
Can you see?
I can see. You can see. Look at me. Okay, doctor, out we go.
All right.
Wow, that's kind of a strange way to approach it. He said he couldn't see, and then he said, if you tell me you can't see, I'm going to stop this fight. Okay, I can see.
Yeah, he also said, let me work.
You know, you really can't ask a fighter like that. You have to ask him if they can see.
Pushes forward again. Now he's cranking the neck of Munoz.
And Chris again is looking for that guillotine choke. He's trying to get his hands connected. He cannot. But he is on top.
And knocking.
Mark
Explodes right out of there. And a lot of time on the clock here in the second. The conditioning of Munoz is outstanding. And it's a big difference in this
horrible body punches by Munoz. Oh!
Nice big right hand. Front choke again is what the corner of Leben's talking about. But Joe, that choke is going to get more difficult as he gets more exhausted.
Unquestionably. He's worked really hard for it several times, and that does gas your arms out. Munoz on top, full mount again, and he's going to uncork some bombs.
15 seconds.
Final seconds of the second round. What a show these two men are putting on.
Oh, yeah, I got it. There you go. Sit down. Heart rate down. What's that?
I'm down this side. I can't see shit. Chris, I can fix it. Come in this side.
You all right? I don't think you can see, man. I don't think you can't see. He can't see.
I think he just said, I'm done this round. I can't see.
He can't see out of his eye. He can't see out of his eye. Can you see? Can you see?
He's tired.
He cannot see.
That's it. That's it.
It is all over. This fight is over. Mark Munoz, the victory here in the UK.
You know, and that is the wise choice.
Yes.
If he can't see out of that left eye, he's not going to be able to defend himself as well. And who knows what kind of damage he could have taken on that eye. Amazing performance by Mark Munoz. Followed the game plan, did everything he needed to do, and took out one of the most dangerous guys in the division. And this is where he cut him, with that right hand. And that one was on the eye. And then he follows up with several more. And here you see the bleeding already. Punch after punch to the eye.
Let me take care of you.
The doctor came in, the referee, the officials did a wonderful job. Chris Leben said he cannot see out of that eye. And as we've said many times, priority number one is the safety of our fighters. So the stoppage and the victory for Mark Munoz. The biggest win of his mixed martial arts career. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round number 2, the corner of Chris Leben has called a stop to this fight, declaring the winner by TKO, Mark, the Filipino Wrecking Machine, Munoz.
Big win tonight for the All-American wrestler.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Mark Munoz. Mark, the biggest victory of your mixed martial arts career, a huge victory over Chris Leben. A very, very, very tough fight. Give us your thoughts on the fight.
Man, first off, I'd like to thank Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. Guys, I'd like to thank my training partners at Rain Training Center in Kings MMA. Chris Leben is a tough competitor. I knew I had to look out for his left hand, and he came with it, man. He came with it. I had to get rid of my brawling instincts, and I had to stick to my wrestling, so that's what I did.
What was the game plan coming in here? You knew you had to deal with that power. What was the game plan?
I had to get my angles. Utilize my wrestling, hit my single leg, and utilize my ground and pound, and that's what I did.
Congratulations, a huge victory for you. This moves you up the ladder one step closer to a shot at the 185-pound title. Give us your thoughts on that.
You know, I paid my dues in this weight class, and I think I deserve a title shot. You know, the thing is, like, Anderson Silva is by far the best pound-for-pound fighter. I give him all the respect and honor, but I think I deserve a title shot right now, and I'd consider him a friend. But right now, I would love to get a title shot.
Well, I would love to see that. Congratulations on a huge victory to you, sir. Mark Munoz, ladies and gentlemen.
Also, guys, I'd like to thank Chris Leben, a wonderful competitor, guys, a great ambassador for the sport. Give a hand of applause for Chris Leben, guys.
It's as if the baton has been handed from Randy Couture to Mark Munoz for class. Here's Chris.
All right, Chris, tough loss. You said you couldn't see. Tell us what was going on. You got hit with a big shot.
Hard to fight when you're choking on blood, you know. He got me good, and it was coming sliding all over. It kind of helped his grappling, I think. I couldn't stick to anything. There's blood everywhere, but...
The first round was just an incredible round, a real back-and-forth slugfest. Give us your thoughts on that round.
Munoz is a national champion wrestler. He's as good as they come on the ground, and I definitely going to need to evaluate my ground game after that performance. He did a fantastic job on the ground. I wanted to keep it on my feet. He out-wrestled me tonight. Takes a man to know when they're beaten. He beat me tonight. My hat's off to Munoz.
Well, Chris, you are constantly evolving and constantly getting better. I'm sure you will get even better because of this fight, and I look forward to seeing that improvement and seeing you again, sir. Chris Leben, ladies and gentlemen.
From season 1 of The Ultimate Fighter, fighting for the 19th time inside the octagon, Leben defeated by a great wrestler, Mark Munoz, tonight. The executive producers of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, Frank Fertitta III, Lorenzo Fertitta, and UFC President Dana White. Our supervising producer is Craig Borsari. Tonight's show produced by Bruce Cano and directed by Anthony Pasquale G. Ordano. Our entire crew traveled to the UK and did a great job with a great night of fights shown all around the world. We truly saw that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu lives inside the octagon, and so does Muay Thai, because sometimes a vicious strike leads to a highlight reel submission. And the Pitbull wants another shot at the top of the ladder at 170 pounds. Thiago Alves spoils the Swedish newcomer's debut inside the octagon. Then, one of the baddest Brazilians in the game today took on One Punch, Britain's own Brad Pickett. And what a frenetic pace early. But in the end, the Brazilian Renan Barão proved that he is a true threat to Dominic Cruz in the entire UFC bantamweight division. Then, in our main event, the first non-title fight to be scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds, Leben and Munoz. The Filipino Wrecking Machine did exactly that, and he finishes the fight. here this evening. For Joe Rogan, Mike Goldberg saying so long until next time. We see you right back here inside the Octagon.